Nobita scraped grime out from between his toenails, mixed it into a missile, soaked it in water, and fired it into the sky. The moment the missile exploded, the powdered foot filth rained down over the entire town, instantly giving everyone the same IQ as Nobita. That was the true power of the equality bomb. The next morning, Nobita was late for school as usual, but he found that the whole school was late too. The bomb's effects had clearly kicked in. Even the teacher walked into the classroom looking completely lost. Time to collect homework. Anyone who hadn't done it would have to stand in the hallway. The entire class marched out together, because everyone, just like Nobita, had forgotten to do their homework. The teacher called Nobita to the blackboard to solve a problem. He couldn't answer it. Even Dekisuji, the smartest kid in school, stared at the board, as if it were written in an alien language. What was even more absurd, the teacher picked up a piece of chalk and completely blanked out. He couldn't solve it either. With math class utterly stalled, they switched to PE. At the sound of the whistle, the boys took off running, but they all stayed perfectly in sync. Seeing himself tied with Nobita, John pumped his legs with all his might, but still couldn't escape the fate of crossing the finish line at the exact same time. The afternoon bell rang, but the students seemed like they hadn't woken up from their nap. After all, Nobita would never wake up unless someone shook him. The teacher, anticipating this, wrote on the blackboard in advance, "Afternoon class nap time." After school, Nobita fell into a sewer as usual, but this time, John, Sunio, and Shizuka, who'd normally laugh at him, fell in right along with him. Furious after a day of nothing going right, John took his anger out on Nobita, only to find he'd suddenly become just as weak as Nobita. The two of them traded weak, floppy punches like a pair of wet noodles. Neither could land a hit on the other. Nobita got home, and found Doraemon already passed out on the floor. Seizing the chance with no one to supervise him, he tried to head out and play without doing his homework. His mother caught him. He braced for a scolding, but she, already assimilated by his intelligence, didn't care at all. She told Nobita he could do his homework after he got back. She was heading out to buy groceries now. Nobita went to a shop for ice cream, but the owner, after taking his money, had no idea how much change to give him. Just then, a police officer came by to ask about a suspect, but halfway through, he seemed to forget who he was even looking for. Watching his ice cream melt, Nobita realized something was terribly wrong and rushed home, only to find his father, who had skipped work, lazing around at home. On the news, politicians were dozing off, and the anchor had forgotten her lines. Even the traffic lights had stopped working. All of Japan was plunged into darkness, because the power plant workers had all clocked out early. Worst of all, his mother, who had gone grocery shopping, got lost, got scolded by the market vendor, and came home empty-handed, having lost all the vegetables along the way. As for Doraemon, who should have fixed all of this, he had completely forgotten how to reverse the effects, so he just went back to sleep.